You spend a bit of time thinking about things in the past. When you get to up to a certain age like me, I think back, how could I have done better? A lot better and been successful in my life. Where did I go wrong? I had a good life, yeah, but I could have done a lot better. And you think about these things sometimes. What would I advise myself if I could go back in time? What would I do better? The problem I had, I was aware when I was 18 and 19 and 20, especially 19 to 20, I was aware that I could be doing better. I could be doing something else. Maybe it might sound pretentious, but I thought I could do more. I was doing good. I had a full-time job and I was making, some sort of money. I thought I could do better, but I was lost because there was no such thing back in 1970 that I knew of as a mentor. The mentor nowadays, you can go and get a mentor. And number two, there was no internet. You couldn't just search something about how you're feeling or what wasn't right. You're in a small country town and you're stuck there. You're doing a good job every day, you're achieving productivity for your boss and stuff like that. But you sort of got a feeling that there was more to it, mentorship. And if I went back now, if I could go back now, what I would advise myself to do would be to read a book, a very old book. This is with a hindsight of 70 years, an old book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book is a goldmine. It's a bloody goldmine for information on what you need to know in life. It's only a first step. It's the first brick of your skills you need to learn. But if you haven't read it, that's an old book, 1931, I believe, and that's an old book, but it's all there, all the basic stuff that you need to know. Now, why couldn't I work out who to ask? My parents were religious, and their answers to questions like that were, work hard and God will reward you, Be honest, be a good person, God will reward you and you'll have a good life. That didn't quite cut it, like all respect to my parents and all that. Christianity's got a lot to answer for a lot of my unhappiness, like enduring uncomfortable situations. The Christians will tell you that's God's plan. You've got to endure where you are and what it's about. I disagree with that. Now, I don't want to upset Christians. I don't want to upset any religious people, but I disagree with that now. I think that's a good way to control a population, is to tell them it's all God's plan and just stay there and put up with rubbish that's going on in your life, the unfairness and all the rest of it. So who can you ask in the community as a young person? Now, in the old days, you might laugh at this nowadays, but in the old days, there was the priest or the church minister. You could go and ask him if you had a problem. You could confide in the minister and he would give you advice. Now, we always laughed about who do you have asked for advice on marriages and marriage problems. You go and talk to the priest who has never been married in his life. He'll give you advice on how you should behave in your marriage. Yeah, a little bit of a joke. But as far as life things, there was no mentors. There was no internet. You couldn't go and ask questions and inquire. You only had your friends. They were interested in football and girls, and that was about it, But looking back, this book was there, and apparently even it was even a bestseller in Nazi Germany. Such a good seller even over there. But nothing changes with truth. Nothing changes. And information that's in that book are truths and goals, ways to behave, ways to achieve, and ways to understand yourself in a good way and not a bad way. Now, some people like used car salesmen and door-to-door salesmen have that information from those books and they use it to make sales. Now, if you're making sales of good things, that's okay, but they use it to sell you an old bomb from a car yard. They use it to sell you a house that you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life. They use that to sell you things that you don't want and you don't need. And they use that to make you think that you want that. You don't want it. Anyway, it's all in this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, I'm just going over here. Dale Carnegie wrote it. I don't know anything about him. It's broken down into sections. I'll just read them out. Fundamental techniques in handling people. Well, in life, that's it. Ways to make people like you. Well, these are all skills you need to know in life, no matter what you do. How to win people to your way of thinking. Now, you're going to be in situations everywhere throughout your life where you can see something that needs to be discussed in the workplace. And if you don't know how to make people understand what you're trying to explain, you haven't got the skills to do that, you'll leave frustrated and you won't achieve a thing. Be a leader, how to change people without giving offence or arousing resentment. My God, do you want to do that? If you can do that, you've sort of won a few points there. Anyway, the core takeaways from the book are, I'll look down here to read it out so we get it right. The core takeaways are empathy, truly understanding and valuing other people's perspectives. That's a central part of this book. Positivity and sincerity. If you're positive and sincere and you can communicate that to others, you're miles in front. Indirect influence. Rather than directly imposing ideas, Carnegie teaches indirect strategies that lead others to come to their own conclusions, which are the same as yours. Come to the conclusions that you are trying to put forward. There you go. You haven't got a priest or, oh my God, it's back in the day. I see a lot of people nowadays that are still wondering, and you can see it in their eyes. They're working at the local, whatever the employment is they're working at, and they don't really have a plan, and they seem a bit confused. You might not be able to get a mentor, mentorship. It's hard to find a mentor. It's hard to find a mentor. If you can find one, it's going to cost you money, and you're going to have to drive somewhere, especially if you can get a one-on-one. You're going to have to leave your town. Mate, it's a lot of work to get a mentor, and it's going to cost you money. This book, number one, it's free. It's all online. Just do this one thing for yourself. An old book, 1931, nothing to do with religion, just good, honest advice on things that you need to know before you start out in life, things that you need to know that they didn't teach you in school, things that the community around you may not even talk about. These are the secrets that you need to know in life. Cheers, guys.